At the meeting point of two great Northwest rivers, the Deschutes and the Columbia, trains of the Union Pacific Portland sub keep the rails humming. Most westbound trains like this are bound for the major port terminal of Portland and any one of 4 yard locations of Albina, Lake Yard, Barnes Yard, or Brooklyn. However, this train is bypassing Portland altogether to head south to Eugene on the Brooklyn subdivision from Hinkle. Cars on this freight train are bound for a variety of Willamette Valley customers and short lines. These auto racks, however, are tag-alongs, as Eugene has no auto distribution yards. They will simply get assigned to another train from Eugene headed to California. Sneaking up on me quicker than I expected, a Kansas City Southern-led North Platte to Portland manifest flies by less than a mile west of the last location. We've now crossed the Columbia. We're standing in Washington along the BNSF Fallbridge sub. I was lured to the other side when I noticed a BN Green locomotive heading up an eastbound drag. I flipped around and crossed at Maryhill, getting ahead to the first good location I could find. But first, on the Oregon side, this intermodal train at just over a mile long is pretty short for Union Pacific standards. It's bound for Brooklyn Yard. Probably the most obvious difference between the east end of the gorge from the west is the long, uninhibited views for miles, and with the treat of seeing a Cascade Green leader, I was grateful for every inch. I certainly didn't get a lot of the BN on these jaunts to the gorge, but between this and the Oregon trunk catch, I feel like I got more than my money's worth. This OBGLV was seeming to be headed for a meet at the Dalles with the CP grain train that kicked off the series in the Arlington video. So after this run-by, I headed to the Dalles to catch that meet. Unfortunately, things don't always go as planned, so as I arrived, I saw the rear car of the CP train fading into the distance. I had intended on getting farther east to Arlington today anyway, so the incentive to get the red Canadian Pacific train on video prompted me to Arlington that much sooner. And as the day rounded out, I couldn't have been happier with how things went. So let's watch this train go by one more time with its beautiful leader here at the Dalles. This westbound is just leaving double main track to single. And here on either side of the double main at the Dalles, we're looking at the biggest yard on the UP between Portland and Hinkle. If you'd like to see what I captured chronologically, go to watch All About Arlington. Otherwise, stay tuned for the final installment in this series, in which I'd have to categorize as my best single day of rail fanning. We'll catch you then.